Hello class, this is Shawin Fred from Reshabe Complex College, and I'm here to take you through English class P5. I'm so happy to meet you, my children, again. I have been missing you. So, I request you to pay very, very much attention and understand. We are going to look at conjunctions. I repeat, we are going to look at conjunctions. When we were still in P4, we looked at some simple conjunctions, like using and, join sentences using but, join sentences using or. Now, here we are in P5. Do you think we shall still study the same conjunctions? No. Now, let us look at the different types of conjunctions. Before we look at the types, let's define it. What is a conjunction? A conjunction is a word that can be used to join sentences. I repeat, a conjunction is that word that can be used to join sentences. I have two sentences. For example, I have a sentence here, I have a sentence here, but I want to join it such that it becomes one sentence. What shall I use? I will use a conjunction. So that is the work of a conjunction. Even in our language, our local language, in Kinyarwanda, we still have conjunctions, which we use to join different sentences. Now, types of conjunctions. We have these three types of conjunctions. We have the coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions. I repeat, we have coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions. When we were in P4, we looked at the subordinating conjunctions, the coordinating conjunctions, which are simple, using since, but, or, when, and so on. Now that we are mature, we are in P5, we are going to look at the correlative conjunctions. Before we learn how to use them, we have to understand what are they and what are some of these examples. So, what are correlative conjunctions? These are conjunctions which go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. It's like they are in pairs. You cannot use it alone. I repeat, you cannot use it alone. It's like they are in pairs and they go hand in hand. In case you decide to use only one of it and leave another one aside, you will not be using it correctly. So, examples of such conjunctions. I know you know some already, but we have examples like either, or, such, that, neither, nor. There are so many examples, so many. But let us concentrate on these few we have so far written. Either, or. This is what they mean when they say they go hand in hand. You can't only use either. And you leave or aside. No. Such that they go hand in hand. Neither, no. So, those are some of the examples. Just as you can see them on the chalkboard there. Now, I want us today specifically to concentrate on using such that. Anyway, let me not say such that. I'm going to read it just as it is. Using dash dash such dash dash that. This dash dash are meaning there are some words here, then you write such, other words, and then you write that. Now, let's look at our example number 1. Example number 1. Moses is very fat. That is one sentence. He cannot ride a bicycle. I repeat, Moses is very fat. He cannot ride a bicycle. These are 2 sentences, but we want to join them into one sentence because that's the use of the conjunction. So, we want to use such, dash, dash, that. The first question you may ask yourself, where am I going to put such? Where am I going to put that? This is how we are going to do it. Moses is. Moses is. When you reach at is, you put such. Moses is such. Moses is such. This is very is expressing degree. Very, so these words are expressing degree. Therefore, when you're giving your answer, you should not include them in the answer. You have to omit them. Let me use the simple word. You have to throw them away. Don't bring them into your answer. So, Moses is such. What is next? You're not going to say Moses is such fat. No. We are going to use the articles. I have article a and article and. These 2 articles are used according to the adjective. Which letter does the adjective start with? If it's a consonant letter, you use it, article A. If it starts with a vowel letter, you start with the article and. Now, the adjective we have here is starting with a consonant F. Therefore, we say, Moses is such a fat. Moses is such a fat. But you cannot just stop there. Is Moses a girl? No. Is Moses a bull? No. Moses is a boy. Or Moses is a man. So you can say, Moses is such a fat boy. Or Moses is such a fat man. Let's first write that one. Moses is such a fat boy. If you put a fat man, it still remains very okay. So, we haven't used that yet. And we still have this sentence untouched. Yet we have to make it one sentence. This is what we do. Now that we have finished making this one right, bring that. Moses is such a fat boy that he cannot ride a bicycle. That he cannot ride a bicycle. Very simple. Now, here is the problem. Some people, when they reach here, that, he, they still start with a capital letter H. I know you have been ever told that story which is so interesting. interesting, and you all end up laughing, smiling, enjoying it. Of course, if it's boring, you can't laugh. Yeah. So, here we are. The story was so interesting. Full stop. Everybody enjoyed it. We are going to make this one sentence using such dash dash dots. So, following the rules we followed in the first example, still the same thing in the second example. So, the story was. Here it was is, here it is was. They can also use are. For example, if they have used children, are. So you have to take note of those. The story was bring such. The story was such. I said so the express degree. When you're writing your answer, don't include them. Just as you can see in our first example, we did not say Moses is such a very fat. No. Moses is such a fat boy. So even here, we can say the story was such. We bring the article. I said you can use a or an, depending on which adjective you're dealing with. Is it starting with consonant or a vowel? In this case, it is starting with a vowel letter I. You cannot say the story was such interesting. No. That is wrong. It should be the story was such an interesting. Which noun are we going to use here? Here we use boy, because Moses is a boy. What about a story? Can we say the story was such an interesting boy? A story is not a boy. A story is not a girl. A story is not a man. He's not a woman. Which one is the appropriate noun to use here? Don't worry. So we can just say the story was such an interesting one. Such an interesting one. Let me write it.
Dansons la capucine, y a pas de pain chez nous, y en a chez la voisine.
Yeah, the story was such an interesting one. We haven't finished yet. Now, after the noun, we used our that. The same thing happening here. An interesting one, that. The story was such an interesting one that everybody enjoyed it. So just come here and join everybody. Note, don't start with a capital letter again. It is in the middle of a sentence. That everybody.
Dansons la capucine, y a pas de vin chez nous, y en a chez la voisine, mais
Enjoyed it. The story was such an interesting one that everybody enjoyed it. We are going to look at our third and the last example. I'm very much sure that the moment I finish explaining the third example, you people will be getting everything clear. So, here we go. Studying is so good, isn't it, kids? Studying is so good. That is our first sentence. All children enjoy it. That is our second sentence. We are going to join it into one sentence using such that. Now, studying is is expressing degree, just like very. We don't include it in our answer. So studying isn't such. Good. Can we say an good or a good? We use a good. Studying is such a good. Which noun should we use with studying? Which noun? Studying is a good boy. Studying is a good one. Is a good man? No. So here we can just say, remember studying, it is an activity. Yes, it is an activity. So you can say, studying is such a good activity. Or you can say, studying is such a good thing. You can choose from these two, either activity or thing. If you choose one from these, your answer is very okay. So we can say studying is such. Don't include so. Is such a good thing or a good activity. Then after that you say that is such a good thing that is such a good thing that all children enjoy it. Or here is highlighted with a capital letter because we were starting a new sentence, but for you have combined it. It is now one sentence. Therefore, start with a small letter. That all children enjoy it. Studying is such a good thing that all children enjoy it. That has been our lesson for today. I think you have understood. I'll be waiting for questions as we interact. For where you have not understood, I'll be there to explain more. Thank you for your time.